God says the notification you just dismissed was important. It was from. Stop what you are doing. Do not move. Do not let your eyes leave this screen. The device you are holding right now, the one that feels warm in your hand, it just tried to save your life. You did not see it. You did not hear the spirit behind the sound. You heard a beep. You felt a buzz. You saw a banner flash across the top of your screen, and what did you do? You swiped it away. You dismissed it. You treated it like it was nothing, like it was just another piece of noise in a noisy world. But I am here to tell you that you just swiped away the answer to the prayer you cried out 3 nights ago when you thought no one was listening. I saw you 3 nights ago. I saw you sitting on the edge of your bed. The house was quiet. Everyone else was asleep. They were sleeping the sleep of the peaceful, but you were awake. You were staring at the floor, and your chest felt heavy. You felt like you were carrying the weight of the whole roof on your shoulders. You whispered something. You didn't even say it loud enough for the walls to hear, but I heard it. You said, "Show me a sign. Just one sign that I am on the right path. Just one sign that I am not crazy for believing there is more for me than this." That notification you just dismissed. That was the sign. That was the answer. And because you are tired, because your eyes are weary from looking for hope in a world that feels hopeless, you almost missed it. You almost let the miracle slide right off the screen and into the darkness. But I will not let that happen. I have stopped you here. I have frozen this moment in time. I have brought you to this video not to entertain you, but to wake you up. You are sleepwalking, my child. You are walking through a field of diamonds, kicking them aside because you think they are rocks. Listen closely. The notification came from a source you do not recognize yet. It looked like a spam email. It looked like a text from a wrong number. It looked like an update from an app you haven't used in months. But that is how the divine works. We do not shout with trumpets from the clouds anymore because people have stopped looking up. We whisper through the wires. We send signals through the invisible waves that connect your world. The message inside that notification was coded. It was meant only for your spirit to recognize, but your spirit is clouded by stress. Think about how you feel right now. You feel like you are running a race that has no finish line. You run, and you make sure everyone else has water. You make sure everyone else has their shoes tied. You make sure everyone else is breathing okay. But who checks your shoes? Who hands you the water? You are the strong one. You are the pillar. You are the one they call when the car breaks down, when the money runs out, when the heart gets broken. They call you. And you answer. You always answer. But when you are the one breaking down, you do it in silence. You do it in the bathroom with the fan on so no one hears you cry. You do it in the car in the driveway before you walk into the house, putting on that mask of strength so they don't worry. I see that mask. It is heavy. It is cutting into your skin. I am here to take it off. That notification was the key to unlocking the chains that have been wrapped around your finances and your peace of mind for 7 years. 7 years. Does that number ring a bell in your spirit? Think back. 7 years ago, something shifted. A door closed. A relationship ended. A job was lost. A betrayal happened. It was a sharp pain, and you thought you healed from it. You thought you moved on. But deep down, in the basement of your soul, that event planted a seed of doubt. It planted a belief that said, maybe I am not meant to have it all. Maybe I am just meant to survive, not thrive. That is a lie. That is a lie from the pit, and the notification you dismissed was the truth coming to burn that lie to the ground. The timing of this is not accidental. Nothing in my world is an accident. You finding this video is not the algorithm. It is the alignment. The stars are shifting. There is a window opening over your life, a spiritual opening that happens only once in a generation. It is opening right now. It started when that notification hit your phone. It will close before the sun comes up tomorrow. You have a very short time to correct this mistake. You have a very short time to go back and find what you ignored. The enemy knows this. Listen to me, because this is where the war begins. There is a force that does not want you to see what was in that message. Let us call this force the distractor. It is not a monster with horns. It is much more subtle. It is the sudden urge to check social media when you should be working. It is the sudden wave of sleepiness that hits you when you try to pray. It is the swipe left motion of your thumb that has become muscle memory. The distractor wants you numb. It wants you fast. It wants you scrolling. Because if you stop, if you truly stop and look, you will see your power. And the one thing the enemy fears more than anything is a child of the light who knows their own power. The notification was not just text. It was a coordinate. It was a location in time. It was a connection to a person or an opportunity that holds the missing piece of your puzzle. You have been building a puzzle for years, but the centerpiece is missing. You have the sky, you have the grass, but the house in the middle is empty. You feel empty. You feel like a shell sometimes. You smile, you laugh, you tell jokes, but inside there is a hollow wind blowing. That wind is there because you are disconnected from your true purpose. You are working a job that uses your hands but not your heart. You are living in a place that shelters your body but not your spirit. You know you don't belong where you are. You have always felt like an outsider. Even at your own family dinner table. You look around at the faces of people you share blood with, and you love them, yes, but you feel like a different species. They talk about things that seem so small to you. They worry about things that don't matter. You see the bigger picture. You feel the vibrations of the world. You have dreams that are so vivid they feel like memories. You wake up with songs in your head or ideas that vanish before you can write them down. That is because you are not just a human being having a spiritual experience, you are a spiritual giant squeezed into a human vessel that is too small for you. The notification was a reminder of who you are. It was a wake-up call from the universe. And you swiped it. You treated it like garbage. But I am a God of second chances. I am a God of turning the car around. I am a God of the U-turn. We are going to go back. We are going to find it. But first, you must understand the danger you are in if you do not act. This isn't just about missing a blessing. This is about losing a layer of protection. When you ignore the divine pings, your spiritual hearing gets dull. The wax builds up. The next time I call, it will be harder to hear. And the time after that, it will be silence. And then you will be truly alone in the noise. Do not let that happen. The timeline is set. The clock started ticking the moment your thumb touched that screen. You have until midnight. Not midnight next week. Midnight tonight. By the time the clock strikes 12, the energy attached to that message will expire. It is like manna in the desert, it does not keep overnight. You must gather it now. There is a specific person involved in this. Think of a face. A face you haven't seen in a long time. Or maybe a name you saw on a piece of paper recently. The notification is linked to them. They are holding a key for you, but they don't even know it. They are just the messenger. If you don't answer, they will walk away. They will give the key to someone else. Someone who is listening. Someone who is watching. Someone who is not swiping away their destiny. Do you want your blessing to go to your neighbor? Do you want your breakthrough to be given to someone who doesn't even need it? No. It is yours. It has your name written on it in fire. I need you to focus. Close your eyes for a second. Just for a second. Take a deep breath. Inhale the possibility that everything is about to change. Exhale the doubt that says, it's too good to be true. Open your eyes. Look at me. This is real. This is happening. The screen you are looking at is a portal. I am speaking to you through time and space. I am bypassing your brain and speaking directly to your gut. You feel that knot in your stomach? That flutter? That is your intuition waking up from a coma. It is saying, listen. Listen. He is talking about the thing. The thing we were worried about. Yes, I am talking about the thing. The debt. The health scare. The legal issue. The child who is drifting away. The silence in your marriage. The notification was the first thread in a rope that will pull you out of that pit. But you have to grab the rope. You cannot just look at it and say, oh, a rope, and then go back to scrolling. You have to grab it. You have to pull. Who is the enemy here? Who is the antagonist? It is not just a spirit. It is a person in your life who smiles to your face but holds a knife behind their back. They are the energy vampire. You know who I am talking about. When they walk into the room, the temperature drops. When your phone rings and you see their name, your stomach tightens. They always have a crisis. They always need something. They take, and they take, and they take. And when you have good news, they have a way of making it sound small. They say, "Oh, that's nice," with a tone that says, "It won't last." This person, let's call them the doubter, has been praying against you. Not with words, but with envy. Their jealousy is a thick fog that surrounds your house. They saw you getting close to your breakthrough. They felt the shift in the atmosphere before you did. And they sent a wave of distraction your way. They texted you, or they called you, or they just thought about you with such intensity that it disrupted your signal. That notification you swiped might have been hidden under their message. Or their energy made you so irritated that you just wanted to clear your screen. They want you to stay small. Because if you get big, if you shine, if you succeed, it reflects their own failure back at them. Your light hurts their eyes. So they try to dim it. They throw blankets over your lamp. They tell you to be realistic. They tell you to play it safe. They tell you that people like us don't get breaks like that. I am here to tell you that people like us are children of the Most High, and we do not need breaks, we make waves. But this injustice goes deeper than just one jealous person. This is about a generational theft. Look at your hands. No, really look at them. Your palms. Your fingers. These hands have worked hard. But look further back. Think of your father's hands. Your mother's hands. Your grandparents' hands. They worked hard too. They struggled. They planted seeds that they never got to harvest. They built houses they never got to own. There is a pattern in your bloodline of almost making it. Of getting right to the edge of the promised land and then being turned back. This is the cycle we are breaking today. The notification was the receipt for the payment your ancestors made. They paid in sweat. They paid in tears. They paid in prayers whispered in the dark. And now, the universe is trying to deliver the goods. The delivery truck is outside your house. The driver is honking the horn. That was the notification. And you swiped it away because you thought it was a bill collector. It was not a bill collector. It was the inheritance delivery. You have felt this pain for years. The pain of being almost. You almost got the promotion. You almost bought the house. You almost met the right person. It is always, almost. That word is a curse. I am removing that word from your vocabulary today. No more almost. Today is done. Today is finished. Today is mine. But you must understand the urgency. The delivery truck does not wait forever. The driver has a schedule. If you do not sign for this package, it goes back to the warehouse. And once it goes back to the warehouse, it gets lost in the paperwork of destiny. It could take another 10 years to find it. Do you have another 10 years to wait? Look at the gray hairs coming in. Look at the way time moves faster now. Weeks feel like days. Months feel like weeks. You do not have time to wait for the cycle to come back around. You must catch it now while it is here. The injustice is that you were taught to ignore your intuition. You were taught to trust the system, trust the rules, trust the logic. But logic did not build the pyramids. Logic did not part the Red Sea. Logic does not make miracles. Faith makes miracles. And faith is a sound. Faith is a feeling. Faith is paying attention to the small things. The enemy, the doubter, the system, they all want you to be logical. It was just a notification. Ignore it. Get back to work. That is the voice of slavery. That is the voice of the chain. The voice of freedom says, "What was that? Why did my heart skip a beat? Let me look closer." You are going to look closer. You are going to find what was lost. But you must be brave. Because what you find might scare you. It might require you to change. It might require you to leave something behind. It might require you to say goodbye to the doubter. Are you ready for that? Are you ready to cut the dead weight so you can fly? Most people say yes, but when the time comes, they freeze. They choose the comfort of the cage over the danger of the sky. Do not be like them. You are different. I marked you from the day you were born. I saw you in the womb and I said, this one will be a stormbreaker. You have broken storms your whole life. You have survived things that would have killed a weaker person. You walked through fire and you didn't smell like smoke. Why do you think that is? Luck? No. Purpose. You have a purpose that terrifies the darkness. That is why the darkness tries so hard to keep you distracted. If you ever realized how powerful you are, the enemy's kingdom would crumble in an hour. And that hour is approaching. That hour is fast approaching. The notification you swiped contains a code. Not a computer code, but a life code. It might have been an email subject line that had a specific word in it. A word you have been thinking about. It might have been a name. It might have been a number. 1111, 333. 444, or a date. The date of your birth. The date of a death. The date of a miracle. You didn't see it because your eyes were scanning, not seeing. But your spirit saw it. That's why you are here. That's why you clicked on this video. Your spirit dragged you here and said, listen to him. He knows where the treasure is buried. I do know. And I am going to tell you how to find it. But you have to promise me one thing. You have to promise me that when you find it, you will not be afraid to claim it. You will not say, I am not worthy. You will not say, this must be a mistake. You will say, this is mine. I accept it. I receive it. I thank God for it. Can you do that? Can you stand tall and accept a blessing that is bigger than your bank account? Bigger than your house? Bigger than your imagination? The reversal is already starting. The gears are turning. The moment you stopped scrolling and started listening, the vibration changed. The doubter is getting nervous. They can feel you slipping away from their control. They might call you right now. They might text you. Do not answer. Do not let them break this connection. This is holy ground. We are doing surgery on your destiny right now. Here is what is going to happen. The enemy thought they had you. They thought the distraction worked. They thought you swiped away your future. They are celebrating right now in the spiritual realm. They are laughing. They are saying, look, she missed it again. Look, he slept through the alarm again. But they don't know that I have a backdoor. They don't know that I have a backup plan. They don't know that I can pause time. I am pausing time for you. I am holding the sun in the sky. I am keeping the gate open. But I cannot hold it forever. My arms are strong, but the laws of the universe must be obeyed. You have a window. A sliver of light. You must squeeze through it. The injustice of your past, the money that was stolen, the credit that was taken, the love that was withheld, it is all coming back. It is gathering into a cloud over your head. A cloud of restoration. But you have to puncture the cloud. You have to make it rain. How do you do that? You do it by retrieving the signal. You are going to do something very simple, but very powerful. It is a physical act that creates a spiritual reaction. The world tells you that your phone is just a tool. I tell you it is a weapon. It is a rod in your hand, like the rod of Moses. You can use it to part the sea of confusion. You are going to go back. But not yet. Listen to the instructions first. If you go back now, without the right mindset, you will just see a list of notifications. You will see, sale at the store, news alert, game update. You will miss the diamond again because it is hiding in the pile of glass. You need spiritual glasses. You need to anoint your eyes. There is a ritual you must perform. A small thing. A secret thing. No one will see you do it. But the angels will see. The ancestors will see. And the enemy will see, and they will tremble. Because they will know that you are no longer playing by their rules. You are playing by mine. I want you to think about the feeling of regret. That bitter taste in your mouth. You have tasted it too many times. I should have said something. I should have gone there. I should have bought that. Regret is the ghost that haunts your hallway. We are banishing that ghost today. No more regret. Only action. Only precision. The notification is waiting. It is in the trash of your history. It is in the dismissed pile. But nothing is ever truly deleted. That is the beauty of this reality. Everything leaves a trace. The energy is still there. It is pulsing. It is faint, like a heartbeat underwater, but it is there. When you find it, you will know. You will feel a cold chill on your neck. Or a sudden heat in your hands. Or tears will spring to your eyes for no reason. That is the confirmation. That is the yes. When you get that feeling, do not doubt it. Do not analyze it. Act on it. If it is an email, open it. Read the fine print. Read what is at the bottom. If it is a text, look at the time it was sent. Look at the numbers. If it is an app alert, go to the app. Look deeper. There is a message inside the message. The antagonist, the doubter, wants you to think this is foolishness. Why are you looking through old notifications? That's crazy. Let them call you crazy. Noah looked crazy building a boat in the desert. David looked crazy fighting a giant with a rock. Greatness always looks like crazy to people who are small. Be crazy. Be wild. Be desperate for your change. Because let me tell you what happens if you don't. Monday comes. The alarm rings. You get up. You drink the coffee. You drive the car. You do the job. You come home. You watch the TV. You sleep. Tuesday comes. Repeat. Wednesday comes. Repeat. The weeks turn into months. The months turn into years. And you wake up one day, old and gray, holding a phone, wondering, what if? What if I had listened to that video? What if I had checked that notification? What if that was the one? Type Amen.